Hi, welcome back to another episode of Bake and Make. I'm Angela Capeski. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this 3D Converse sneaker cake. Okay, first what you need to do is cut out a template, and you need to make the top part wider than the bottom part. If you don't have a Converse shoe or a sneaker, you can have a look on the internet and download a template and just cut it out. Okay, what I've done here is I've baked a 9 by 13 inch rectangular cake, and I've just cut the top off and turned it around upside down. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut out three of these shapes. So we'll just grab a knife and we'll just cut around the template. Just like that. Okay, what you need to do now is you need to stack them on top of each other and then mark a line around 6 centimeters from the back. Now what you're going to do is you're going to start from the top part of that bottom layer, and we're going to work our way down to the bottom. So just cutting it down, and we're going to sculpt that shape out. Just cut it right down to that bottom layer. I'm just going to start shaving off the sides to get that shape of the shoe. Okay, now I've cut that template out from a cardboard board, and what we're going to do now is we're going to use some chocolate ganache, or you can use buttercream, and we're just going to ice that board there so we can stick each layer on the board. So we'll start from the bottom layer, and then we'll spread some ganache to fill those layers there. We'll stick that second layer on. We'll do the same, we'll fill that layer as well, and we'll put the top part on there. Okay, now we're going to ice around the cake. So just spread that ganache, or if you're using buttercream, just spread it out, and then using a scraper we'll just even that out there. Okay, I've brushed the cake in with some hot water, and I've rolled out some white fondant, and we're just going to cut that down, and it's going to go over that top part there. So just place it on the top, and then just take a blade and cut all the way around. Okay, now I'm using a ribbon here to measure that top part there, and so I've rolled out some blue fondant, and we're going to use that ribbon there as a guide as to how much we need to cut. So we're just going to cut that on a curve, and then cut that part up there on a curve as well. So we'll just take our piece and we'll just measure it on the cake to see if we need to cut it down. Just place it there, and then we can gauge obviously how much to cut from there. So we'll just cut the sides down, and we'll just place it on the top there, and just push that down so it can stick. Take some paper towel, and we're just going to put it on the top there for that to dry in place. Okay, now we're going to do the front part. So roll out some white fondant, and we'll just cut it down on a straight part there, and then we'll just place it on the front part adjoining to that blue section. I'm just going to push it down to the bottom, and we'll just even that fondant out. I'll take a smoother and just smooth it out there. Just cut it off the excess there with a pizza cutter. Now we'll take a blade and we're just going to cut down that section there so it's straight. And just carefully peel that off. And just even that up there, and we'll just cut around that front part. And we'll do the same to the other side as well. Okay, roll out some blue fondant. We'll just get a pizza cutter and cut the sides off. And we'll just cut it down the middle. Now this is going to be for the sides of the cake. Okay, what you want to do is just measure approximately how much it needs to go on. So we'll just cut that there, as you can see, on a curve. And we'll just place it there on the side. And it needs to line up to that front white part. So we'll just smooth it out. Just holding that top part there. And we'll just take a blade and we'll cut off that excess there to give it a nice even finish. Just use your fingers to smooth, just to smooth it out there. So, and then I'm just using a smoother here, so it's much easier that way. Okay, I'll just get a blade and you're just going to cut it down in a straight line, and just smooth it out with your fingers. Now grab a pair of scissors and we're going to cut that top part off there. Take some tissue paper and we'll just leave that to dry there. And we'll do the same with the other side. Just wrap it around to the back. Just take your scissors and cut that down there. And take some more tissue paper so we can support that back section. And we'll take a blade again and we'll cut that down into a straight line and line it up at the front. Okay, now what I'm doing here is I'm using a straw, so using a tool or a skewer, just make little indents all the way up for the stitching section. And we'll do that underneath as well, all the way up to the top. Okay, I've covered a 12-inch board here with black fondant and I've put some ribbon around it as well. So what I'm going to do is use some royal icing to stick that cake onto the board. So we'll just take a knife and we'll just place it underneath the cake and we'll lift it up and position the cake on the board there. Okay, roll out some white fondant and using a ribbon tool or a pizza cutter, we're going to cut out 2 strips. And this is going to be for the bottom section of the shoe. So we'll just use some sugar glue or water and we'll just place that around the bottom section on both sides. And we'll just start from the back there and work our way all the way around to the back part there. Now with our other white section, we're going to cut that down thinner than the other piece. and we're going to stick that on top of the other part. So starting from the back again, and we'll work our way around to the front, and then all the way around to the back. Okay, now cut a piece for the front, and just using a knife we're going to make little indents on an angle, and again on the other angle. So we're going to place this at the front section, so just work your way around to the other side. Roll out 2 pieces of black fondant and just cut them down into a thin strip, and we're going to glue that on from the front there and work our way around to the back and all the way around to the other side. Chop that off there. Roll out a piece of black fondant in a string, and we'll just glue that on the top part there, and that can go all the way around as well. Roll out some grey fondant, and we're just going to roll them into small balls and place them in those little holes there. They're just using a ball tool. We're just going to push down and make a little indent there, and do that all the way up to the top there. Roll out 2 pieces of white fondant and cut them down into little strips, and these are going to be for the lace on the top. So we'll cut them down and then just push, we'll squeeze it at the end there, and then we'll just place them on one from one side, and then you're going to work your way from the bottom all the way up to the top. So just place some sugar glue in that section and some in the centre there, and then just cut it down and then squeeze it on the sides, and then place that down there. Okay, this is for the top part, so just squeeze it again, and we'll just place it there, and this lace is going to go from the top and it's going to come down onto the board. So just chop it off there, and then just squeeze it out here, and then just roll it so it gives it that end part of the shoelace. I've cut out a circle here with a star, and we're just going to stick that on the side of the cake there, on the top part. Just like that. So there we have it, our beautiful 3D Converse sneaker shoe. You can see how easy it was to make, so if you like this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to showing you another video shortly. So thanks for watching.